I'm Frank from Metal Injection, joined by Saki Stolis, a guitarist, vocalist, and mastermind behind Rotting Christ, who also put out an incredible solo record last year. And we're here today to talk about his amazing career, his unwavering passion.
I don't like this word career, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
I should change that.
I don't feel like this, I just do everything I have done for the hell out. I never had any purpose like, let's do this or let's do the other things.
Right. Well, we're here to talk about that.
Sorry for my accent. Can you understand my accent? It's quite Mediterranean. Sorry for this, okay?
Your English is way better than our Greek, so that's...
Okay, then.
And of course, the origins, the challenges, and what brings you here today. Your musical career has spanned over 3 decades now.
Yes, true.
And you have garnered fans all over the world, so much love for it. But the truth is, I know that a lot of passion and devotion is what it took to get there. And I like to think that every musician in their life at some point, they say that's it. That's what I want to do with my life. Can you tell us about that moment for you? I don't know, maybe.
If I tell you, maybe they will change their opinion because, as I told you before, everything I have done for with passion and for the hell out, And for many times, many people criticize me, telling, why you don't get more money from this? You guys, because I don't give a shit about this. Because I do it because this is the way of life I choose. It's different now. It's not like the old days. The old days, I didn't go to army. You was obligated to go to army. So I pretend I'm crazy. So I had to record the non-Serbian album, yeah. So I had many troubles with laws. I said to my parents that I'm going to northern Greece. I was in Amsterdam at the age of 70 years old. I always take risks in my life. Okay, I have done many things. I have played more than 2,000 shows in my life, approximately, in territories which nobody dared to be there before. No, now it's easier. I have played with the war conditions. I have played with earthquakes, with everything you can imagine, floods, everything you can imagine. Back in the days. Right. And even now I can do that, but now I complain. The more you grow up, the more you complain, unfortunately. Right?
But there was never that moment in your life where you were like, I want to take music all the way and make it my life?
Yes. Since I remember myself. It's always like this.
Really?
I didn't have money. I stole one guitar, money from my mother. So I bought one guitar at the age of 12 and always tried to sound like my idols. I never had any lessons in my life. I don't know if you told me what is this note. I don't know. Everything is here and here. This is what I'm still trying to do that. I'm just arrived from the airport. I'm just here and speaking with you because I'm sleepless, but I love. Now I feel like, wow, I'm awake again.
Was there a show or a band or an album that kind of made that shift for you, though?
All the heavy metal albums, like Iron Maiden, everything that brought me to music. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, and all these bands.
Right. Well, I think one of the hardest things any artist of any genre could do is to create a sound so unique to them, And I think that you've done that not only with Rotting Christ, but also with your solo record.
Okay.
And, as a fan, I think that sound kind of really came in with the Triarchy record and really developed over and over and over. Yeah. Can you take us through that shift? What brought you to find that sound?
Nothing brought me. I don't know. I just follow my heart. Always. I didn't have any plan. Now I have plans. Back then, no. That's why I did some things in my life. Now I have plans. Don't do it. I don't achieve anything. Back then, because you go with. Okay, it was different era. Okay, we have plenty of time. It's not like nowadays. I remember taking my guitar, playing for 10 hours. Smoking some weed. Try to escape from everyday life. When others try to find a good job or to have good money, I didn't ever care about this. I have reached so much in my life that I don't advise to anyone to do the same now. I have risked so much in my life. I have lost a lot of times, but I have won also a lot of times. I don't know. Everything I did because I like it, with passion. And I remember myself playing 10 hours guitars every day, just to find the perfect riff, just to be happy. And then went to sleep. The day after, exactly the same.
I mean, your release schedule is pretty nuts. I mean, like looking back at like the discography, really, you know, you have made a life of consistently making music without stopping, you know, and never taking long
Never.
between albums. And there's always been something on the horizon, if not an album, an EP, a single, or something. What do you feel is the secret for the writing aspect and keeping it interesting with so much output? And after what you said, like after 2,000 shows and all these albums in 35 years.
Yes, it's truth. I have released more than 250 songs. I don't know what made me do this. You asked me,
what's the secret of
secret.
keeping it going and interesting for yourself?
Of course, it's passion. It's maybe I have a little bit of OCD, like many have. And nobody dares to say. I want to have albums after 2 or 3 years. Always try to be on time. So many times I don't hide you that I was really nervous because it's not a good life. Sometimes when I didn't feel very free, you know. But I did that because I wanted to be truth. I have to be true to the fans. Okay. I didn't want. I'm not the person because I consider myself as a fan. Okay. I wanted to have something every 2 years of very specific time. So I had the plan. I had the schedule all the time recording new songs. And where I find the inspiration, I always would like to make step ups in my life. Many people tell me, "Oh, why you are not like you were back in? You don't play exactly the same like you used to play in '90s." Because I'm not. I don't live in '90s anymore. I love '90s. I grew up in '90s. I love black metal. I still listen black metal. I still create music black metal, but I try to make something different. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes no. But I want to be myself. So everyone who listen my music, I want to say, all right, I listen to this guy because at least don't lie to us. Which is very important for me.
Do you have any other big time-consuming interests outside of music, or is it just like purely driven, just tunnel vision for?
Okay. I like, training, working out, I like, now I play table tennis, for instance, the last 2 years. After Corona, I like to have some training my body, because if your body is not in a good health, then your brain doesn't work properly. So yes, I have done many things, like athletes.
Right.
Yep.
So the secret to great albums is table tennis. Like,
No. It's the last 2 years though what I'm doing. But so I always try to keep my body in a good shape.
Right.
Good shape. I mean, if you have a good shape, your body is in good shape, then your mind is in good shape, like ancient Greeks saying.
I love it. And during the pandemic, of course, you created new music, but released it as a solo album.
Yes, yeah.
And I think that begs the question, as the primary writer for Rotting Christ, why another endeavor? Why wasn't it a Rotting Christ album?
First of all, pandemic time gave me a lot of time to record, to write new songs. I said to myself, all right, no studio is open. I don't think that there will be a tour schedule for the next years. So I said to myself, all right, do something that I always do. Release something by yourself. Release something following the idea of the old days. Release something that will be away from labels, from deadlines, from contracts and stuff. So I said, all right. So I took my guitar, take bass, I record keyboards, I record the drums. So I asked a guy to play exactly the same because my hits were not that good. So I released an album that I did everything by myself. And I released it free. I gave it free to the people. You can listen it. You can download for free. I don't give a shit about this. Anyway, don't give enough money about this. You cannot earn our living by rights or something. And I released it as I really want to do. That's all. So the guys from Inferno came here, told me, "Do you want to play?" I said, "What the fuck?" I never had. They tell me, why not? Say, why not? So tomorrow I'm playing my first solo as a solo artist. Okay, I don't like this word. I don't like this word because my band is Rotting Christ. But still, I would like to play the whole album in total and here in Inferno for the first time. That's a very big honor for me.
Did it feel different to create a record that's just for you and
No. That was the music I created during pandemic. No.
But I mean, like the process of it. Like,
The process-
did you feel that like
I feel
creating?
free.
Yeah.
I feel free.
Yeah.
I felt free. It's very
More so than creating something for Rotting Christ.
Yeah, Rotting Christ always stressed me. Okay. Yes, because I had tomorrow after Inferno, I have to catch the plane very early in the morning, go to Munich, meet the other guys, play another show there, which I have to prove, let's say, something. Okay, I'm here just playing my music as I feel, and hope everyone to have a good life, a good time. That's why I come here to have good time. My plans has changed since pandemic.
Yeah.
Before pandemic, I say, all right, I would like to touch the sky. I would like to be big. I don't give a shit about this anymore. I just would like to make that you attend the show, happy, which is very important for me.
Do you think you'll do it again now that you've got that out of your
I
way?
don't know if I have time. If I have time, yes, maybe some shows here and there.
The next pandemic.
I don't think we'll be alive. Yeah.
I personally started listening to Rotting Christ when A Dead Poem came out.
All right.
And I was 16 at the time. And I can recall my mom being completely against me listening to
course.
that band because,
course.
Rotting Christ.
Because of the name, yeah.
Although somehow she thought Deicide was okay, but I don't think she knew what that meant. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
but the name Rotting Christ, of course, I think it provokes all sorts of anger and,
Yes.
instances of backlash in the Christian communities and stuff.
Yeah.
I actually read a couple of instances, where there was a time when you need to go through stuff and detain at the border and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think about changing the name, or
Yes.
was
I'll tell
it?
you.
Did you feel that the heat from it empowers the message behind the band?
We were angry people. Okay, we grew up in a very fundamentalistic country back then, back in 80s, 70s, 80s were quite hard over there, and all we wanted to create problems. Okay, maybe rebels without a reason. The more we grow up, the more we come down, but still we have more spiritual meaning now. So you choose this name because you want to change the world, you want to fuck the world. Of course, nothing changed, okay? And nothing changed. And what we have to change is our mind, okay? So the more this name, of course, we still keep this name, even if we have some ideas to change it because we want to be more commercial. Say no. Religions, anyway, for me, are rotting. No, that make people, divide. I don't want to make people divided. That's why I travel all the time. I want to see people. I want to share infos. I want to share cultures that make us better. But no, this is the meaning. Now, of course, religion is not a problem. Okay, it's not a big problem, or I used to be back then. They had power, but now I don't think that people give so much attention, pay so much attention to religious. But we keep the name because we come from this era. We represent this kind of things of our own era. Your mother now, if you tell the name, you interview a guy from Rotting Christ, what she would say?
She would still be upset. Yeah.
Still a bit.
Yeah, she'd still be upset. Yeah. She doesn't get it. That's fine.
Okay.
She's proud of me anyway. So.
Okay.
From an outsider, it would appear that your career or your passion, let's put it that way,
My passion. Yeah.
has been a steady incline over 35 years. But I imagine that outside the band name, you've had challenges, as well throughout the band, your career. Can you tell us about some of the darker times?
Darker times were back in 80s, 90s. Late night, didn't have job at all, didn't have money. Everyone was seeking for a career. Everyone has follow, education. Everyone want to finish university to get a good job, a good life, a good money. It was a little bit dark for us. I mean, like how you can survive, following our dream. Um, but we never split up. We never go back. We never. Just follow our dream, go straight until the end. This is what I'm still doing. This. Sometimes I'm wondering why I'm still doing this after 33 years. What else I can do? The best lesson was the pandemic. First 3 months was the best in my life. 3 months doing nothing. Wow, perfect. After a year, wow. I'm not retired yet. Yeah.
I don't think you maybe could if you wanted to. Like you're so driven to do it that
Before pandemic, I say, no, I can't do that. I can't stay in my home and doing nothing. But it was only for 3 months, not more. No more. Then I need a doctor. I was needing needed a doctor to
Right.
be getting back to where I am now.
I mean, what would you do if it wasn't music? Is there?
For me, nothing. Yeah, I like creation. I like to share my creation with people, so everyone can download my music for free. I don't give a shit. Just listen it. If I make you happy, if make someone happy for me, I'm happy too. I can earn my living by playing shows. Okay, that's why I'm always on the road with a band.
Right.
I earn my living by music, but it's very hard. It's very hard. It's not easy.
That amount of time and everything that you've done and accomplished. I mean, it's truly an accomplishment. What would you say is something that you learned about yourself along the way?
I don't know. That the world maybe doesn't change. Doesn't change. About myself that I have a lot of psychological problems. That I'm very lucky. That maybe many of you here, but I'm very lucky that I express these problems. I put out this problem with music.
Right.
I realize, the more I grow up, the more wise I am, and I realize that yes, I have problems.
So it's like sublimation. So if you had, I don't know if you've had therapy or not, but if you did go down that route and felt well mentally adjusted, you wouldn't be doing what you do.
I just realize my problems. The more I grow up, the more I realize what my problem is. My problem are, and I'm very lucky that I'm playing music and I can escape from these problems.
Right.
It's a very good psychotherapy for me. Music. This is what I realized. I think that many people have problems that they don't dare to say. I do. I have problems a lot.
No, I mean, we all do.
Yeah.
We all do.
But if you put them out, if you express these problems, if you say to the people, you're getting better.
Right. And that's a good thing.
And yeah, and I have the shows. Now I'm stressed about tomorrow, so because it's my first show, like let's say solo art. I don't like this word, but after the show, I will feel if I do it well, I will be happy because I will see many people, some people that will be happy too.
Yeah.
So psychotherapy is done.
Did you, speaking of your first show coming up, which we're all
Yes.
excited to see, I mean, did you have to do anything special for that
No,
specifically
just
that you
playing
wouldn't do?
playing music, emotion from the soul, and I hope to pass this energy. There is energy when you play.
Right.
There's energy when you create. You don't see that, but you feel that.
Does anyone have any questions, by the way?
Καλησπέρα.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna take it in English, obviously, because
Okay, yeah, sure. You're Greek, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I always wanted to ask you, since the Dead Poem era,
Yes.
actually since the day we first met,
Yeah.
how does it feel growing up in the area that you grew up in Athens? Like we're from the same area, and in the span of 6 years, collaborating with Moonspell,
Yeah.
being the first and only till the day, extreme metal band touring the States from Greece.
Okay, there are bands that
And-
play. Okay.
You were the first one.
I grew up actually in a very, let's say, poor area. Okay, which gave me a good attitude. Make me better. Made me better. So you know how it is to grow up in an area like this. You know how to survive. You know what you should do to survive. So make you creative. Make you doing things. Otherwise, you are fucked. So many times there is always competition in this music scene. I don't like this word, but there is. It was much harder from us, from the south, to get to the point, get to play this game, because for many reasons. First of all, it's financial. First of all, second, our country was not that much into metal, into all South Europe, all Southern Europe. We don't have enough culture to support this metal scene. So I said to myself, let's do it. I feel like guerrilla. I feel like someone that doing something. Nobody supported him, but I'm doing this still. Don't give a shit in Greece. Okay, they know the name now. They know the name. Blah blah. But they
I have a second question after what you
yeah,
said.
yeah. Nobody supported us, and I don't give a shit. I always say fuck off. I'm doing my own thing. I follow my instinct, and that made me better.
Throughout your whole career, there was, especially in Greece, because like I remember that time that we were leaving Woodstock and we're burning like ravers' cars like on the street
Yeah,
because we
many
had
things, yeah.
that war with the ravers and the metalheads.
Yeah.
Throughout your career, there was a decline, especially in Greece, about selling the albums. Like the circle was like kind of smaller. The same for Rotting Christ, the same for Septic Flesh. What actually changed the tide in sales and in promotion in order for these bands to come again on the main scene that they actually
Sales.
created?
What do you mean sales?
Ticket sales for concerts, like album sales. Like you, at
That's
some
the
point-
passion.
At some point, you became bigger in Europe than what you were in Greece, although you started that scene in Greece.
Yes, that's true. As I told you before, I always take risks. We never had any plan. We are guerrillas that we try to do something that nobody supported us, and everything that taking part in Southern Europe, it happens because some people have big passion and they are really crazy with what they are doing. This is the only reason. There is no culture. There is no support from government. There is nothing. It's not like here in Scandinavia, which is I love. It used to be like this in Greece, in South Europe, but it's not. So everything you see from these guys, it's because we are crazy. We have a mission, and let's say we are cursed. We are cursed. If you see us, you're not someone that is doing something. We are. I don't know what you are. You are.
Oh, believe me, sir, you're far from it.
Okay.
You're far from being cursed.
Yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Because we like passion, we like what you are doing, and as long as we are in good health, we keep on doing this. Because now, after 50, I'm reached 50 and start thinking about health too. Complain a little bit. But still, we don't have any problem. We go on until the end. If it comes and die on stage, okay, let's do that. No, let's face. That will be a very honored death.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You mentioned several times that you're a man of taking risks. Has there ever been an instance where you regret any of those risks?
No, I don't regret for my from anything I have done. Even if that made me better person. Okay, even if I have made many mistakes, all those mistakes, all those risky things, made me better. So I take a good lesson. I'm not the guy that is taking lessons from people that write in the media or something. I want to create my own opinion. So I always want to feel this. Okay, I took risks, I lost. So next time, don't do that. Go on.
Right.
Okay, it's not an easy life. No, always struggling with my demons. But as I told you before, I'm very lucky that I have music. I meet many people here, friends of mine. I come from all around the world, and that's why I'm here. Meet people and play music. Let's make things better in this world with our music, which is not easy, especially nowadays. But don't quit. Don't quit.
You did also mention, the fact that you're getting older and 50 now.
Yeah.
And, I know certain bands, they usually have to kind of have some sort of shift in what they do to kind of combat the age. For instance, I know I've talked to Gojira, and they've mentioned how they really needed to slow down some of their music because they can't be playing those same songs when they're, 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
Have you ever run into that or thought about that in your career?
I did, yes, but I won't do that. I keep on. Yeah, sometimes I don't follow logic. I'm not. No way. Yeah, I don't follow logic. When people tell me, why you do so many shows? I don't know. If you ask me, if the doctor tell me no. No, don't do that much. I don't give a shit. Yeah. This is my what I have followed since I remember myself. Okay, I have put some limits now, some limits. But still, I have this flame burning inside me. That's why.
I know you don't drink. Were you always never
Wait,
not a
10
drink?
years now.
10 years?
No, you see, only Coke and water.
Yeah. I'm sure that was probably something you learned along the way to.
Of course, yeah. When I didn't want to be stupid all the time. When I was drinking, I always seeking for stupid things. So I said to myself, no, don't drink anymore.
Right.
Don't
Makes
drink.
sense.
Yeah.
I know somebody had a question in the back.
Hi, this is Gigi from Heavy Arabia Entertainment. We are Saudi Arabia's first heavy metal promotion company. And I'm coming here with questions from our bands, basically. Since we are still in an emerging market, they're still shying away from doing shows because our infrastructure is still not ready. Mm-hmm. So what's your advice to those artists? Should they still go ahead and do shows even though sound is not good? Maybe we don't have the perfect lineup to make a show sound good. Or should they wait until things are perfect, basically? That's
yes. Welcome to Europe, first of all. Okay.
Thank you.
Second, I have many friends from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Riyadh?
Riyadh.
Yeah. I have many friends that are trying to do things there in Iran, in many countries. You have problems, I know, okay, with the laws and many times. But, everything happens step by step. Mm-hmm. A little brick to the wall. Of course, they have to go ahead. Writing music, do that, and slowly the people will realize that we are not the freaks that will destroy your country or you are just people with some worries. Okay, some different worries from other people in Saudi Arabia, for instance. So I definitely recommend them to go ahead, and if they play good music, believe me, they will find the way to tour Europe or USA or whatever.
Yeah, they're mostly just worried about or concerned with sound. They think that they should sound like their
put some
bands
elements.
Like Rotting Christ.
Put some elements in your music. You come in from a different location.
Yeah,
sounds very exotic for us. Okay, so why don't you put something make you unique? Metal there, but make it more unique. Yeah.
But as far as live sound is concerned, you don't think
is there any band play? Any metal band play there? Or no.
Yeah, we've had our mini festivals here and there.
I mean, with local bands?
Correct. Yes.
Any from abroad?
We're working on that.
Yes. If we come, we'll be in jail or something with Rotting Christ?
No, never.
Sure?
No.
Yeah, because we have arrested a couple of times.
No.
That's why.
No,
don't take it personally, okay? Don't take it personally.
Absolutely, no.
Yeah. And yes, go ahead. You are a new generation.
Great.
You have to build something for freedom. It's very important. Freedom is very important. It's the most important thing in my life. I don't know. If you want any help, I can help you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Feel free anytime.
Awesome. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I did want to ask you about, I know that at some point you were detained and arrested when you got to, I forget which country it was.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
But I wanted to know, what your feelings were. Were you angry at, what was happening?
No, I'm not angry. I know how old this. Okay, I don't expect people to be open-minded enough to accept other people, but I try to make a little bit differences. I like try to change some things. Okay, I know that when you go out from here, okay, here I feel like all right, I'm in a good place. I feel like family. But when you go out, wow,
Yeah.
everyone is taking different. I cannot, as I told you, you cannot change the world, but we are a family here. We can make little things and pass something to the close people to us. I mean, to the next generations, which is very important for me, because slowly lose our freedom. Yesterday, I was freaking out because I was walking the street. Nothing to do with the music, but I was thinking something. I just turned on my Instagram account. I saw an advertiser there, an advertisement like what I was thinking,
Right.
not what I was scrolling.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
They're
what's
in your
this?
head.
What's this?
Yeah.
What's this? Are we controlled from something? AI? Right? It's a new world now. We must keep being beings, human beings, which is very important. If we lose our identity, no. I think that metal music here, make people be more, let's say, human beings.
Hmm.
This is the next challenge for the next generation.
That said, are there younger bands that you're listening to that you enjoy?
Yes, there are many young bands. I try to follow the scene. I cannot name any. I cannot say any names right now, because I'm sure that I will forget others. And there's a new way of bands, and I see new kids. We just finished from our USA tour, and I saw many new kids in the scene, that made me happy.
Yeah.
The next generation is also involved with this kind of things, which is very good for everyone, for me at least.
Yeah. Metal's in a good place.
Of course, it's better. Yeah, there is hospitality. There is open mind ideas. You can play whatever you want. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, you were talking about freedom and beings and so on. So, how do you feel about social media, digital, and the likes in the music scene now?
I don't feel free with social media. You are from France?
I am.
Eh? Yeah.
Oui.
I understand from the accent, okay?
Of course.
Yeah, and no, I don't feel free with social media. That's what I'm trying to say before. Okay, I'm not the guy that say, "Oh, I don't use social media." No, I use social media, but I try to keep. What I don't know what I try actually. Maybe, but yes, but at least through music, we can pass some ideas, especially to the new generation, that it's not everything about or money or to be famous or to whatever. Our own era. We build something from 0 to 1, which is the most difficult thing to do in your life. To build something, there is a genesis, which is very important. Okay, I'm glad anytime I'm here in Norway, if I meet people, I feel like the energy, the scene was born here in some territories, and these bands, the older people now have to pass something to the next generation. About the social media, I don't know. Try to be yourself.
A lot of metal bands, they name the same inspirations for why they started, like Iron Maiden, Ozzy Osbourne.
Of course. Yeah.
But why did you choose extreme metal? Why don't you just become a heavy metal band?
I want to change the world. I was extreme. I was angry, as I told before.
Yeah.
I was very angry when I was young. I'm not that much anymore. I know that stupidity cannot change, and I was extreme, Then I listened, for instance, Celtic Frost, Hellhammer, Bathory, Venom, of course. All these bands say, all right, this is my own place. This is my own subtle. This is where I breathe. Okay, since then, I never changed.
With so many records under your belt, do you have one that you cherish more than others?
Okay, usually it's the first time. Always first time is the better. So I say, let's say the Mighty Contract or Non-Serviam albums like that. But still, I love all the albums because I write the music. I create everything, all them, and I feel like this is a part of my family. Even if sometimes nowadays I want to change many things, but as I told before, I don't do that, even if I could, because I became better.
I think we are actually out of time, but I just want to say thank you to Sakis,
Thank you, my friends.
everybody.
Thank you for
and
the
I wish you
honor.
50 more years
Eh?
of a career.
I don't think so, but anyway. Thank you for coming up, guys. Hope you enjoy tomorrow. Hope you enjoy the festival. Supporting this festival, it's not a compliment. I don't give a shit about this. It's a good festival. It's an old festival. They give also culture, except of playing, which is very important for me. Thank you very much, Inferno. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow, and stay safe, okay?
Thank you, guys.